traditional belief, high-ranking sorcerers or bullywmen could shapeshift into animals or birds like a crow or an owl. One of the key functions of coastal bullywmen or clever men was the divination of weather and the prediction of fish behaviour. The forecasts were critical to the survival of coastal fishers. The crowman's run or territory was between Wajimop, which is behind me, and the coast of Mudarup, now known as Cudgel. With the expansion of beachside settlement in Cudgel in the late 19th century, grounds and movement of Aboriginal people became increasingly restricted and regulated by government authorities. It was against this backdrop that the new culturally adapted narrative, the story of Cudgel, emerged. He was a clever man, a larger-than-life character. Johnny Cudgel had made a miraculous escape from Rottnest Island by morphing into a crow and landing on a beach not far from the then Swanbourne camp. Another version of the story has the crowman camped in a cave at Mudarup Rocks, performing sacred ceremonies. Similar stories of the clever man Johnny Cudgel emerged in Albany, Busselton and Pinjarra. Early Albany police records refer to Cudgel as Cudgel, which comes very close to a term which translates as ghost or spirit. It's not hard to imagine that Cudgel was a nickname referring to his fleetingness of foot and ability to disappear from authority in the blink of an eye, or as the Truth newspaper portrayed him in 1904, the lock-up keeper forgot, however, to plug up the keyhole at night and found next morning that Johnny had crawled through the hole and escaped. Police haven't seen him since and are not likely to. In July 1904, an article in the Daily News reported, "He was lodged in the Albany lockup pending trial, but somehow managed to elude the vigilance of his captors and effected his escape." Newspaper accounts, commonly referring to him as Cudgel, tended to promote and even embellish his almost supernatural feats. He became well known throughout the southwest for his escapades and notorious and heroic exploits. The Sunday Times dramatised him as being one of Western Australia's most notorious Aboriginal bushrangers who made a mockery of police by escaping from their custody, outsmarting them and leading them in circles around the country. In 1905, while incarcerated at Rottnest Island, Cudgel heroically saved the life of a white prisoner caught in dangerous rocks and surf on the west side of Rottnest. Although he was highly praised, he was denied an award from the Royal Humane Society on the grounds that the society didn't award prisoners. By the end of the 20th century, Cudgel had become a media star. By the early part of the 20th century, Cudgel had become a media star, a black bushranger and a folk hero to the oppressed Noongar people of southwestern Australia. Stories of his uncanny ability to escape from custody abounded within the community to the point that his feats became seen as superhuman, not to mention his perceived ability to transform himself into a crow and mysteriously escape across the sea from the notorious Rottnest Island prison. Cudgel was in some respects a role model for Aboriginal people as he defiantly stood up for his rights to be seen as an equal to the white man. There's no doubt that the story of Cudgel, or Cudgel the Crowman, has its roots in earlier mythology of ancestral totemic crowman.